Good morning, happy Friday. I guess it'd be smart if I unmuted myself. How's everybody doing? It has been a while. It's been a couple weeks since we've done an HMG wrap up. So I'm going to just take a minute, see if anybody else jumps on. If you jump on, please say hello. Let me see that you're there. And then we'll get started here in a minute. All right. This is your HMG Weekly Wrap Up. It's great to be back. Been kind of on a hiatus the last 2 weeks or so. Went up to Wisconsin for my annual hunting trip with family and stuff like that. That's why I've been gone. And then, of course, last week was Thanksgiving, so I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Thankful for all of you being patient and being here. Tried to do a show last week from the road, and yeah, just wasn't working. Tried to pull off on one of those rest stops, and just didn't pan out. So I was like, all right, well, we can wait until this week. So welcome back, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Missed y'all. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna dive right into this. And like I said, if any of you see this or watch this, leave a comment. Leave a comment below, so I can see that you guys are on here. All right. First up this week, and I say this week because, like I said, I've been gone a couple of weeks. So this week I'm gonna start it off with the arms room. This week, the team was talking about why it's time to work on defense skills other than shooting and what to start with. So, how many of you out there are doing some type of defense training, self-defense training, whether it's some form of martial arts? They have knife training, blade training, I think it's called. Other than what type of training are you doing other than shooting? Ms. Hanson, hello. It's always a pleasure to see you. Good morning. I hope you are well. So check out the arms room this week as they talk about defense skills other than shooting. Very important. You want to incorporate all of that stuff with your shooting techniques and whatnot too. If you're in the Arizona area, or whether you're in Arizona or not, check out the arms room show, and then get in touch with them. And have them come out and do a training for you. They hold tons of classes throughout the year, and they have some great classes. They're the ones that I go train with when I do go, and even when I have questions on stuff, Glenn, John, and Drew, they're great at responding with questions, and even for an idiot like me. So absolutely love them. So check them out. That's the arms room. Next up, we have Not Your Average Operator. This week, they're talking bad habits. The boys take some time to muster up some courage to disclose some of their own past and present bad habits. We all got bad habits, right? We all got them. And they talk about how they struggle with it and how they curb. Unfortunately, some take a lifetime to conquer. How many of you out there that are watching this right now have a bad habit that you're still trying to overcome? I know I do. I'm sure I do. And if you ask family members, they probably tell you I got a lot more than that. So that's this week's show, Bad Habits. This is another week where they're peeling back layers, and these guys are absolutely awesome. And they really hit on some key points on what they're doing to try to help overcome some of their bad habits. So take a listen to that. That's this week's Not Your Average Operator. Next up, we have the Military Millionaire Podcast. I love this show. Dave does a great job with it. This week's topic, how to replace your active duty pay with passive income through real estate. So this is for all of you active duty folks out there. Maybe you're getting ready to transition, or maybe you're in and you want to make some extra income. Real estate is a great way to do it. especially if you have the patience to take the test. Check it out. That's this week's The Military Millionaire Podcast. And you can also follow him on social media, Facebook, Instagram, at From Military to Millionaire is the name of his group. He gives out a lot of great financial tips, and he's got a lot of great guests that do the same. So check that out, The Military Millionaire Podcast. Next up, we have the Gary Brugman Podcast. Our boy Gary, he's on fire this week. He's talking about the lockdowns again. Gary's down in Texas, and he goes on a bit of hiatus with the talking about the Austin mayor, who recently was yelling at the people of Austin about Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Gary puts on a great show. It's very entertaining. He makes a lot of solid points on this one here. So check that out. That's the Gary Brugman Podcast. Next up, we have Drop and Give Me 20. Be honest with you, they pump out shows on the 1st and 15th of the month. I don't have any notes on this one because I forgot to get them. It's my bad. So Lindsay and everybody over at the Germano Advertising, I apologize. But this is a great show, and this is for military entrepreneurs and the military families, entrepreneurs. A lot of great content. They're in their, I believe, 5th season here. They do a really unique kind of a round table this season, and I really like the format of how they're doing it. So check that out. That's Drop and Give Me 20. Lance, good morning to you. Appreciate you being here. Okay, what else we got? Let's see. That was dropping me. Okay, next up, we got Time to Shine today. Time to Shine today with Scott Ferguson. Another great show. This week, Scott puts out, as always, Scott puts out content every week, Monday through Friday. So he's usually pumping out 3 to 5 shows a week. And some of the ones that really resonated with me this week was a topic called Find Your Values and Write Your Own Story. And another one that he did this week, and I believe this was yesterday's show, or this morning's show, was Transforming Leadership One Leader at a Time. In fact, I think I got those shows mixed up. But anyway, those are the ones that resonated with me the most this week. Great shows. Transferring Leadership One Leader at a Time and Find Your Values and Write Your Own Story. So check that out. That's Time to Shine today with our buddy Fergie, Scott Ferguson. David, good morning to you. I'm going to try to multitask, folks. I know that's a big thing for me. All right, the Power of Investing in People podcast. As I'm getting a text right now from Shay. Let me see here. This week, Embracing Grit with Tony Hoffman. This was a great show. And I got a chance to listen to this earlier. Let's see here. Tony Hoffman is an advocate for military veterans. He has served as the board chairman for Warriors Ascent, a nonprofit that assists veterans and first responders suffering from post-traumatic stress. He's the founder of Team Leadville, a high-altitude marathon team that raises funds for veteran causes. This group has raised over $216,000 to date. So this was a great show. He's a runner. He does a lot of distance running, but he does like these high-altitude crazy runs. I'm not a runner. So you runners out there, this would be a great one to listen to, and how they're raising money for our nation's heroes is truly commendable. So check that out. That's the Power of Investing in People podcast. Woo! All right, give me a second here. That's some good HMG coffee, folks. I'm telling you. All right, next up. Yeah, I'm pumped about this one. On the Blue Line podcast is back. Super stoked to see Wayne back in full swing with this one. This week's topic is Find Balance. He has another fellow police officer that was on the show with him, and I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, but it's Chris Babnino. I think I probably said that wrong, so forgive me. But it's finding balance, and it's like with work life, personal life, just basically getting your own stuff together. It's a great show. I'm super stoked. Wayne does a great show. I've missed listening to his show, so I'm glad to see this show back in the lineup. That is On the Blue Line podcast. Check it out. Okay, next up, we got For the Sake of the Child from our dear friends over at the Military Child Education Coalition. And as always, when I say that, anybody that is currently active duty, and whether you're active duty or not, quite frankly, you should be following this organization, Military Child Education Coalition. They have a ton of resources for our active duty members, and if you have families, you have kids that are and you're in the military and stuff, there's a ton of information that they have that helps our military families. Their podcast, For the Sake of the Child. This week, they have Matthew Wilson, the executive director of Oasis Youth Center, talks about how this center and others like it across the country transform lives of queer youth by creating a safe place to learn, connect, and thrive. Envisioning a world where queer youth are valued in the community, they are committed to creating and affirming space for the LGBTQ youth to be proud of who they are. This is a very, it was a hot topic, and it was very educational. I encourage everybody. I learned a lot from this episode. I encourage everybody to take a listen to it, regardless of what your viewpoints may be. This was a great show, so check that out. That's this week's For the Sake of the Child. All right, next up, I got to mention Veterans Unite and the People's Patriot Project every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Got your 6 at 6. You got to check it out. Every Sunday, got your 6 at 6. Okay? And I know I'm blowing through these real quick. Let me see here. All right, coming up this weekend, we got some shows that I have not posted yet because, like I said, I'm behind the power curve. I admit it. I'm behind. But we got some shows that are coming out today and throughout the weekend. So I'm going to mention them right now, and I want you guys to come back and check them out this weekend. Excuse me. Michael Penny is back with the 5-Paragraph Business Plan podcast. He's done a ton of interviews, and he threw them in the Dropbox, and he's like, here you go, bro. Load them up. So I'm getting caught up with all the shows that Mike's been doing. But check it out, 5-Paragraph Business Plan. He's got a ton of great interviews, and I'm happy to see that he's back in the swing of things. Kaylin Smith with Get in the Flow. She's talking this week about social media branding, and that show will be up later today. Social media branding, tips and tactics so you can get your brand following. So make sure you come back and check that out. That's Get in the Flow. Also, I'm coming back this week. I did a solo. I've been doing a lot of shows with my friend Heather Dobson. This week I went solo and had my very good friend from Japan on, Natsun. She is the author of The Game of Self-Domination. She's also a Japanese startup owner, and she helps Japanese companies go into other markets and other countries and whatnot. She's kind of she's very a positive person, and she fit the show really well. I think you'll love this interview. I'm going to be putting that one out later today. That'll come out around 5 o'clock Eastern time, the decision hour. So come back and check that out later, if you would please. We got a couple other things going on. Tomorrow, I'm going to be speaking at the Veterans Social Summit. So whether you're a vet or not, the tickets are available at pando.media. Go to www.pando.media to check it out. I'll be speaking sometime tomorrow. The interviews, he'll be playing them throughout the day. So check that out. Special shout out to Ryan Hunt for having me as one of the speakers this year. So thank you, Ryan, for that privilege. I appreciate it. And speaking of Ryan, good morning, Ryan. I'm literally just talking about you. So check that out. That's this week's tomorrow. Starts tomorrow. The Veteran Social Summit. You can still get tickets. Go to www.pando.media, or you can also go to VetTix as well. And Kalen, yeah, I was just talking about you in the show that we're going to be putting out later today. So thank you, Ryan. Those of you that are watching or that watch this later, Ryan just put an email. You can email him for free tickets for tomorrow. You can see my mug talking to you about publishing. Kalen's another going to be one of the speakers as well. We got a couple other people from the HMG family that's going to be speaking tomorrow. So check that out. It's going to be awesome. Also, okay, a couple more shout outs I got to do. Shout out to Semper Savage. Love that organization. If you have not checked it out, I think I got I should have been prepared for this. Yes. Oh, I got their Italian dressing right there. Check them out, Semper Savage. I'll have a link below where you can get your hands on some of this stuff. It's absolutely amazing. And then also, folks, a lot of people have been asking me. I've been talking about the HMG coffee for the latter part of several months now. And they're like, well, where can we get it? Where can we get it? I'm going to tell you right now. Go to hmgbeverage.com. hmgbeverage.com. You can click the link below when I put it up here in a couple minutes. And you can check out our coffees. We got all of our coffee line is up there. We're going to be adding some more stuff here in the next couple of months. We're doing like a sample pack. If you want a sample pack, that's not on the website. The sample packs are not on the website right now, but if you want a sample pack that is like a gift pack, it's got it makes like one pot of coffee. You get all of them for you can order all of the samples. It comes in like a little gift pack. I think that's what we're calling it. It's like the gift pack, and you get one sample of each. If you want those, leave a comment below or DM me, and I'll make sure that we get those out to you. Oh, look at that. My lovely wife is on. Thank you, dear, for that. Yes. The balsamic is good. Okay. So that was a lot. All right. Am I missing anything? Those of you that are still on, is anybody still on? We got a couple. Am I missing anything? Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to take 2 minutes right now to see if anybody says anything. If you got questions, put them in the comment section. It's great to be back. I'm not going to lie. You can tell it's looking a little different. I was at a photo shoot down in DEC yesterday for a company that will launch next month, so you'll hear more about that. I can't talk about it too much right now. But yeah, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. It's good to be back and online. It's funny how when you unplug, and it's funny, I think my friend Lindsay said, when Adam unplugs, he unplugs. So it's crazy because I do. When I unplug and I go to Wisconsin, it's done. Let's see here. What was the second thing you yeah, what was the second thing I covered? I have no idea, Lance. I covered all the shows, and then we covered what's coming up this weekend. We got 3 shows that are going to be that are coming this weekend that aren't ready, that you won't see in here, but they're coming up. 5 Paragraph, Business Plan Podcast, Get in the Flow, the Decision Hour, and then tomorrow the Veteran Social Summit. You got to make sure you check that out. If you don't have your tickets, Ryan left his email at iheartsocial@pando.media for free tickets, and make sure you get some coffee. I know, Lance, I'm missing something. What am I missing? Just spell it out. I have a feeling this is gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna be sorry that I asked. What else? What else? What else? What else? Who else is on? Make sure you check out Semper Savage. We're going to have that link. Get your stuff. They're great stocking stuffers. And HMGbeverage.com is live. Dude, you're not right, man. Thanks, Lance. I appreciate it. I'm sweating right now thinking, like, what did I miss? So, yeah, listen, that's it. It's great to be back, folks. We're going to start getting some posts on the shows. Give me about 10 minutes. We'll have all the links for the shows that we just discussed in today's episode. If you guys got questions, comments, cries of outrage, let me know. You send me a DM. If there's things that you want to see or hear on these episodes on Fridays, hit us up. Let us know, because we want to get it out there. You got a special shout out you want to make? You want me to sing happy birthday? You don't want me to sing. But if you happy birthday, shout out to somebody, whatever the case may be, DM us, let us know so I can get that in the queue. I will be back here next week, I promise. I'm not going anywhere for the next probably 2 weeks at least, before the Christmas break. So busy time of year. We got a lot going on here. I'm excited for what 2021 is going to bring. So yeah, I appreciate y'all that came on this morning to watch this live, and I appreciate all of you that watch this later on. Let's have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.